Hello ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be trying something out that's a little bit different. As you can see, I've got my little character down in the bottom right corner. Yes, that is just a PNG of Pikachu from the Let's Go Pikachu box art, but I'm on a budget here. Alright, look, I gave him a hat. Is that good enough for you? What do you want from me? Question of the day for you. Are you more excited for the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes or for Pokemon Legends Arceus? Let me know down in the comments below. If I were to pick, I think I'd lean just a little bit more towards Pokemon Legends Arceus, just because it seems like such a breath of fresh air that Pokemon has needed for a while now. With that out of the way, we are going to be taking a look at the Pokemon Adventures Sinnoh game concept by Millennium Loops, or you may know them better as the creator of the reimagined Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. You know, this video. The one that has the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes we all want from an alternate universe. Obviously, I'll leave a link down. Obviously, I'll leave a link down to this video. Obviously, help. Obviously, I'll leave a link down in the description below to this video. By the way, this is going to be a blind reaction. The only thing I have seen of this is the trailer uploaded a couple of days ago. So let's get right into it. Okay, so right off the bat, very nice attention to detail. We've got almost all the predecessors of the Nintendo Switch. That being the original Game Boy on the left, the Game Boy Color a little bit above that, the DSi or DS Lite, the Game Boy Advance SP, and the Game Boy Advance. The only things missing here are most of the Nintendo DS variants, but there are way too many of those, so it makes sense to leave those out, as one Nintendo DS gets the point across perfectly fine. I just want to say, I love how this Nintendo Switch looks. Maybe it's just me, let me know down in the comments. There's just something about how this Switch is rendered that is absolutely beautiful to me. So in comparison to the Diamond and Pearl remakes reimagined, the animation here seems to be a lot smoother. I remember in the remakes reimagined, the animation of the models is a bit choppy. It's still a good video, don't get me wrong, but credit where credit is due, and critique where critique is necessary. The lighting, the shading, everything is just so dreamlike. I do really like that, but sometimes it kind of makes it seem like it's just constantly close to sunset. Just a little nitpick there. Again, I do love how this looks for the most part. I gotta be honest, that running animation looks a little bit silly, little derpy, for lack of a better word to use. This concept is doing a lot of things well so far. It's got beautiful Pokemon, beautiful scenery, fairly good attention to detail, beautiful shading. You got Gyarados there earlier for Surf, potentially Waterfall, Whirlpool. You got Machamp for Rock Climb. Wait, was that Machamp? That's one rocky Machamp. You got Rhyperior. You got Rhyperior for Rock Climb, Drifblim for Fly. I would love to see more proper animations for flying, like in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, with your flutes for flying on Latios and Latias. But I'm getting away from my point here. The running animation of the characters could use a little work. I mean, look how long Dawn's leg looks here. So far though, everything else is really good. Okay, so I think it looks like this is the Pokemart, but they've added a section for the ball capsules? Or maybe this isn't the Pokemart. Based on the scene before, this is probably a different building altogether, maybe? Regardless though, I love the interface for this, especially the stickers. Big fan of that Pikachu star especially. Okay, so it shows off a bit of the particle effects and what they look like here, or what they would look like. The more I watch this, the more I want this. I want this to be real. When Game Freak showed off that initial trailer for the Diamond and Pearl remakes, the only thing I dislike about the trailer, about the game, is the lighting. The lighting overall just seems a little bit too dark and moody for me. I just want the overworld, at least the places that are outside with grass and trees and flowers, any of those things, I want those places to look bright and vibrant. Mountains, caves, cities with streets and towns with streets, I can see those being a little bit gloomier. But when you have a place like Floroma Town that kind of looks like it's been hit by the Great Depression, it's a little too dark overall. So seeing this concept, any of this person's work actually, it just makes me realize what we could have had. It doesn't even have to look this good, really. The shading doesn't have to be as sort of aggressive, but something that looks a bit more like what we got in Gen 8. Maybe fix the trees up a bit, but I'm sure you've heard enough of that stuff from other YouTubers. Let's just get back to the video. So we've had character customization before, obviously, with clothing, hats, skirts, pants, but aside from like dress up Pikachu and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we've never really had the option to dress up our Pokemon. It would be a cool feature, I think, but it's probably one of the few that I'm okay not having. If we never get the ability to dress up our Pokemon, it's occurring to me this is probably for contests. And if that's the case, seeing them fully dressed up like this in 3D actually might be pretty cool. I don't know. I never do contests that much anyways. It'd be a cool feature, but I could live without it easily. I don't know though. That scarf on Lucario looks pretty cute. Ooh, small thing here. So if you'll notice, I like this bit of attention to detail here. Maybe it's unintentional, but if you'll notice, when Lucario is sent out, he has this kind of blue shaded outline for a split second to signify that he's just been sent into battle. So you've sent him out, he does his pose, the glow goes away, he's ready for battle. I love it. God, I know I said this already, but the more I watch this, the more I realize it's kind of like when you get a pizza from Domino's, right? There's those rare occasions where they make the pizza just right. The cheese has the perfect consistency, there's just the right amount of sauce, the crust has that perfect fluffiness to it. You know what I'm talking about. If you eat pizza and you've ever had a good pizza, you know what I'm talking about. But then you go back the next time, right? And the pizza's shit. It just looks like this. It tastes just okay, it looks like absolute garbage, and you've already tipped the cook $15 for this garbage. The official remakes are not nearly that bad, but you see what I'm getting at here? Anyways, small rant aside, let's continue. Okay, so this is what was shown in the trailer for this. One thing I want to touch on real quick here, actually real quick this time, this is completely subjective. I love how the whites and the green are glowing. I don't know why they're glowing, I just like how it looks. I love how Flint sounds here in Japanese. This is just Flint. Imagine Cynthia. Okay, that laugh was a bit, like you were giving off this kind of cool, I don't give a shit and I'm gonna beat you up kind of vibe, and then you just ruined it. Also, this battle has a bit slow pacing. I get that Empoleon's a big Pokemon, but it just ran at that Infernape so slow. But maybe that'll just be for Empoleon, maybe that was intentional. I still think it should have been a little bit faster. Bit choppy. So this battle, while it's animated beautifully, it's kind of underwhelming. I don't mean to sound too critical, but it honestly kind of just looks like someone scribbled all over Infernape and then turned up the brightness on it to hide the scribbles. Again, it's a small thing, it's a small part, but it's just something I thought I'd point out. Okay, so that looked a lot better, but what's different there? It's got like a coat, so it looks like its crown thing on its face got bigger, and it got a coat. Simplicity isn't always bad. This looks pretty good. It didn't show much of Infernape there, but I want to go back and look at Infernape real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on Infernape. Infernape looks pretty cool in this. I do like how Infernape looks more like the god off of which he's supposed to be based, which is Wukong. I think it'd be kind of cool if he got a staff. Other than that though, Infernape's Mega Evolution here looks... I'm all for it. So obviously, this is showing off the Distortion World, which could potentially be DLC. If Game Freak does decide to make some sort of DLC, or technically Ilka, I guess. If Ilka decides to make DLC, and the DLC has both the Shaman event and the Distortion World with Giratina. Literally, start from here, show off Shaman running into the frame to hint at the Shaman event. The Distortion portal thing opens up, and it takes us to the real meat of the DLC. Just show this whole part in its entirety. They show that. Shaman runs in, you're running through the Distortion World with your partner Pokemon, which in this case is Lucario. Lucario charges up a fatty Aura Sphere, cut to black. That would be literally just take that footage, give this person credit, pay them their like 90% fee, no less, and take the day off. You've got your DLC trailer right here. Now, in regard to this footage itself, I love how Shaman looks here. I don't really have much to say about it. The water looks beautiful in the background. The trees have nice shadows. Shaman's flowers are kind of floating off its body a little bit, but it's not really that noticeable. I do want to say, though, there's maybe just a tiny bit too much time in between Shaman leaving the frame and this wormhole opening up. Just remove literally 1 second. I think it's just a tad too long. I get it's adding anticipation, but the timing is just a little awkward. Also, the wormhole itself kind of looks like the back of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, if I'm being honest. I failed to pause on it, but I do like that little part there, with Shadow Giratina kind of sticking its head out. It's kind of a bit odd, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in the grand scheme of things. Maybe it's supposed to seem menacing, but it's kind of silly, and I like it. I know this is the Distortion World, but I kind of feel like there was a missed opportunity here. You could have showed Giratina in its regular form. Lucario comes up for battle. Giratina transforms into its origin form. Its eyes go all red and it gets all menacing to signify that something's wrong. This is not supposed to be happening. Because with this, it kind of just looks like Giratina is the enemy, which, yeah, you can argue it is, but only because of Cyrus. Other than that though, the Distortion World there looks great. It also seems a lot less painful to navigate than in the original Platinum game. Okay. What is this? Oh! So I know little about the Giratina event. I never did it myself, but this would be a much better way of introducing it than how Darkrai is introduced in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I don't even know what this place is, if this is supposed to be the island that Darkrai is found on in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Maybe this is a dream state Darkrai puts you in. Whatever this is significantly better than Darkrai's event in the original games. Surely this has to be a dream state. He straight up comes out of the water. I mean, if this isn't something straight out of a nightmare, I don't know what is. So overall, beautiful. Very little criticism, beautiful display of mechanics, scenery, and the Pokemon themselves. Overall, 10 out of 10 if this were a real game. Not only would I be willing to pay $60 for it, I'd be willing to pay $100 for it. Maybe even more. I don't know, it depends on how much content there is. Now actually getting this to run on the Switch? Forget it. Probably not gonna happen. Not with playable frame rates for sure. Maybe this could run on like a Switch Pro or something. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if at any point in this video you enjoyed yourself, leave a like and subscribe. It'll help out the channel, and I would really appreciate it. I'm Brian, aka Pikachu Clone. Hopefully, I'll see you around for more Pokemon content in the future.